morning, entrepreneurs. Today's lecture is again about your income tax returns. There's many types of the incomes categories in Japan, but that can be separated into the two types: comprehensive taxable income and separate taxation incomes. Those two are very different, and it's really important to know the difference. So there are about 10 types of the incomes in Japan. The first one is salary, real estate, and business and dividend, temporary, and miscellaneous. The temporary is like this: you receive the gift or you get some prize, those like the temporary things. And miscellaneous is if it is not belong to any of these the other 9 incomes, that will be categorized as the miscellaneous incomes. The other types of the income is the separate taxation. The first one is retirement and interest and the capital gain or loss, and capital gain or loss from the real estate or like stocks, and forest incomes. And for the real retirement incomes, you really you can really, the tax rate is really low because that the money is important for after your retirement, so the government do not tax a lot for the retirement income, so that's why it's separated. So before getting to the detail, I need to explain the tax rate for the income, individual income tax. So it is a progressive income tax rate. So at first, if your income is less than 1.95 million Japanese yen, your tax rate will be 5%, and it's in gradual increase, and the maximum tax rate is 45%. So the important things is, for example, like if you earn like 10 million Japanese yen, it's not like 33% will be applied to all your incomes. Let me show you by example. If your taxable income is, for example, 3 million Japanese yen, so the calculation will be like 1.95 million multiplied by this 5%, and the amount exceeding 9.5 million and less than the 3.3 million, which is 300 minus 1.95 million, will be taxed by 10%, this 10%, and total your tax will be like about 1 million Japanese yen. So it's a really important point. So how the comprehensive taxation and separate taxation will make a difference? For example, this is like separate taxation. You have the taxable income of 7 million, and you have like taxable income of B, which is 5 millions. If it's a separate taxation system, the tax will be calculated separately. So the income tax rate is 23% for both. But if it's a comprehensive taxation, you do not calculate the tax for each income separately. You first combine them together, and your taxable income become 12 million Japanese yen. So now your tax rate is increased to the 33%, and your tax increased a lot. As I said in the previous slide, it's not like like 33% will be applied to whole 12 million Japanese yen, but I just want to make the calculation easy. For example, the next one, but comprehensive taxation is not always bad for if you have especially if you have a loss. So if the separate taxation system, the taxable income is 7 million and multiplied by 23%, and if you make a loss from the other business, for example, like a miscellaneous or like, for example, like a capital gain, because that's a loss, you won't get a refund for that. Your taxable income becomes just zero, so you have 1.6 million of the tax. You need to pay this amount of the tax. But if it's a comprehensive taxation, first you combine those taxable income and loss together, and your taxable income become 2 million yen, and you can enjoy low tax rate. And your tax will be only like 200,000, based on the simplified example. So sometimes it's good to be a comprehensive taxation system. So I said the comprehensive taxation systems. Those 5 incomes are taxed comprehensively, and if you make a loss from the real estate or business, you can offset with the other income in these categories. You cannot offset the loss with the income under the separate taxation category. But for the salaries, you never make a loss from your salary, and dividend never become negative, and temporaries you're just receiving it, so it's always plus. But miscellaneous expense incomes is calculated by income minus expense. Like if you sell some of your product at the net auction, revenue minus the acquisition cost of the product become miscellaneous income. And even if it become negative, it just becomes zero. You can't use the loss from the miscellaneous income to offset with the other incomes. So the difference between the business income and the miscellaneous incomes is very important. If it's a business incomes, you can enjoy 650,000 of the deduction by applying for the blue home tax return status, and you can offset the loss with the others, and you can apply for the loss carry forward. On the other hand, for the miscellaneous incomes, there's no good point. Cannot apply for the blue form tax return, which means no deduction, no automatic deduction, and cannot offset loss with the other incomes, and also no loss carry forward. So a lot of the people think that we should categorize my income to the business income, not miscellaneous incomes. But you have to watch out those two categories. So what is the criteria to be qualified as the business income? To tell the truth, there is no clear criteria for it. So we should make a judgment based on those about 4 natures. For example, profitabilities. If you are doing a business, you have to make a profit. You are not going to continue your business if it's continuously making the loss. And also, if you say it's your business, you have to spend some time for it, and you are doing the business to make a stable incomes for the futures for your life. And also, if you have some kind of facilities or like a desk or office to do your business, it's better. It's not mandatory, but it's better. So example of the miscellaneous income is like manuscription fees, for example, for your books, not by the professional writers. So you're not doing it for your business. It's just like your side business. And net auction for the small amount. If it's a small amount, it's not. You can't call it as a business. But if you are net auction, doing a net auction business for for example, if sales is 10 million Japanese yen, you can call it as a business. So it's very vague. So it's very difficult to separate the miscellaneous income and business income. So if you have any question, just talk to the tax accountant. Thank you for listening. See you next time. I hope you enjoy this channel. If you like it, please subscribe. See you next time.